Good evening, everyone. It is Datamancer back again for more iRacing. I've just got to start off by saying, man, I sure do love this game. What a great game. If you guys are into sim racing and you haven't played this yet, because, you know, expensive, for one, you're not wrong. This game is not cheap. That's not a humble brag. I got it on the Steam sale for pennies on the dollar, and that's the only reason I have it, honestly. If it wasn't for the Steam sale, I probably wouldn't, but, well, I have it, and I love it, and I'm so glad I have it, so highly recommend. Anyway, today we are at the Phoenix International Speedway in Arizona, United States of America. We are in the Mazda MX-5 Miata, ND, of course, racing in the Global iRacing Cup Series, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know what it's called. I don't make the names, I just drive them. And right now we're in the qualifying, or the practice just before qualifying. So the race is set to get underway in about 10 minutes. My qualifying session will be literally any second now. And we'll see how well we can do. Last night's race was madness because I was racing with, among other things, a Group A 4.99 rated iRacer, which is about as close to pro as you can get without officially being called a pro. Actually, technically, I think it is. I think if you get to 5 in Group A, you become pro, so pretty crazy. I was the 10th highest I-rated racer there, and out of 10 racers, so I was the worst of the bunch, and I managed a 9th place finish, which I'm not super proud of, but I did keep it clean, so my safety rating did improve. I had like one off track or something like that. And I did lose a little bit of I-rating, which is unfortunate. But, you know, right now I'm just sort of like live and let live. Alright, what we're doing right now is an outlap, so it's everything counts now, off-tracks count, crashes count, bad things count, so we got to be real careful. This is just an outlap, so we're going to take it easy, but we are coming upon the first timed lap. Now, I have a system for doing this if you've never seen my videos before. My primary goal for the first lap, or for both laps, is to first put down a clean, relatively safe, no experiments, no goofing around lap, and see how I can do. And then the second lap I might try things, I might go a little more ham. I'm willing to crash the car in the second lap if need be. So first lap, one for the books. I think I can start braking a lot later for that corner, and I think that's where a lot of time is, because think about how fast you come into that corner, so I'm going to try to late brake that on lap 2. Oh, I need to focus up. I'm not going to get to do it on lap 2 if I crash. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we're not doing anything experimental for lap 2 because this lap is so bad. I don't want to start in the back. Although, if I'm reading this right, I am the 8th highest ranked iRacer here, so chances are I'll be starting in the back anyway. But that lap was miserable, so we're going to keep it normal. I wish I could do weird things. I wish I could try new strats, but I got distracted. So, okay, I'm going to shut up this time because I really do need to focus, and we're going to do a timed lap. A good one this time, hopefully, or good for me anyway. Okay, lap 2, here we go. Nice. Nice. Keep a real chill over this. That's what got me last time, is I didn't chill out for that. I was a little lazy on the accelerator there, and yet it's going to be my fastest ever sector 2 anyway. Every time I take that hairpin, it's just a little different. It's a little faster, it seems like. I've had more fastest sectors there than you'd believe. Alright, and then after watching the Aliens replay, I realized that staying way in here the whole way is the fast way for the Miata. This isn't a NASCAR, this is a 200 horsepower four-banger. And look at that. That's going to be a nice little 113. No, excuse me, a 113, a 108.9. Not the fastest in the world, but hey, I'm happy with it. Let's see how that does for us. Oh, dude. My dudes, we're doing pretty good. Right now we are in 7th. Okay, that's not great. And we've got number 1 and number 2 haven't finished yet. Oof, something tells me I'm actually going to walk away from this disappointed. That's... Man, and look at that differential on time, too. 0.2. There's your 107.6. For the reference, the Alien last night was running 106.9 for his qualifying and did a fastest lap during the race of a 107.1. A race in which he was in first place the entire time. Not surprisingly, given how fast. In fact, if I'm looking at it now, I think Juan Cruz there, who's number 1 right now, I think he was racing with us last night as well. And as fast as that lap was, I think he got 3rd. I could be mistaken, though. It's a lot of names. A lot of names in iRacing. Okay, so for those who, for the uninitiated, we have another 2 minutes and 45 seconds to wait. Then we will grid, which takes up to 2 minutes, but once everyone hits grid, then we race. So, strap in. There we go. That's everyone qualified. Unfortunately, they still make us wait, or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But it looks like we are starting in 9th. Honestly, I'm not amped about that. I'm probably, sadly, going to lose some iRating on that. I mean, the way I look at it, though, is if I'm this low, I'd love to be in the top 5. But these guys, I mean, the guy that's currently sitting in 5th put down a time that was 0.7 faster than me, and if I'm being honest, I don't feel like the way I'm currently driving has 7 more tenths in my lap. If I did, I would have done it by now. Okay, not quite 7. 6 anyway. More than half a second. And I wish I could say, you know, oh yeah, let me just whip out the 107s that I have hidden that I just decided not to do. That's not going to happen, so... I mean, it wasn't that long ago I was celebrating that I did a 109 flat. A 108.920 is probably my fastest ever qualifying time, or at least pretty close. So this race is probably not going to go my way, but if things happen up front, we will try to capitalize. If we can get in front of people, I like to think that I defend pretty well for a newbie. Now, that means pretty well for a newbie, so not great overall. I'm not going to stop Max Verstappen from going around me, but I might stop Marcin Ondula or Waldemar Cardella. I'm in no place to make fun of names, but these dudes do have some fairly interesting names. I'm in absolutely no place to make fun of names at all, so don't take that the wrong way, but Waldemar, that's a new one. I've never heard that one before. I mean, I've never heard half these names. That's crazy. Kaio, Lautaro, Juan. By the way, if anyone is watching, I'm not watching YouTube chat. I have no intention of watching YouTube chat for iRacing. I need to stay focused as much as I can. I distract myself enough. I'm sorry, I know that's not the interactive experience that most people have come to expect from streaming, but I take this very seriously. I hope you're enjoying watching. I hope the frame rate's okay, but that I am not going to be looking at YouTube chat. You're welcome to leave a comment on the video afterwards, or if you put things in chat and hang around, I will answer them after the race, but as much as I can. But, yeah, that's just not in the cards. Alright, we are gridding up. The race will begin any minute. Within the next 2 minutes, we will be racing, and probably sooner. Hopefully I can have some good luck here. I've raced this track now quite a few times. I got my first win here. My first road win ever in iRacing was here. I did have an oval win, like on the third day I got the game. That was dirt, and I was kind of kicking ass, I guess, but also a little bit lucky. My first road win, and I want to be a road racer, so my first road win here, that was a big deal. That was on Monday, I believe. That was pretty awesome. Let's see if we can at least keep up with some of the big dogs this race. Still waiting for 7th to grid up. He might be the last one. And whether he does or doesn't, we're starting in... Yep, there he is. We're starting in about a minute, I would imagine. There we go. Once the lights turn green, we race. I'm going to try to keep it clean here. Let's go. Oh, buddy. Okay, chilly tires on the first lap is always important to remember. The traction's just not all the way there yet, and it won't be probably until about lap 2. I hope I don't have anyone on my right side. It looks like I don't.
Thank you.
That is a fast way to take that corner. I've done that way before, and it provided me with a pretty good time last time I did it. What yields surprisingly fast lap times, as I mentioned in qualifying, is staying really far on the inside, but the problem is if the guys in front of me don't do it, it's got to be more beneficial to stay in the draft. I can only assume. Good, and they didn't stay low, but they are going to go up high to get ready for T1, which makes some level of sense. I had to ease off the accelerator. I don't know if they're going to start braking. Shit. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry, man. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm sorry, man. You outbraked me, man. That's embarrassing. I haven't caused a crash like that in a while. You notice I didn't take the position from him. I feel pretty bad about that. That was shitty, and it was totally my fault. There's nothing in iRacing that says that I can't take the position from him in that case, but I felt like that would have been wildly inappropriate given that it was my mistake, and I have every intention of driving a clean and honorable race, even if it means losing iRating. God damn. He really lit up the brakes, though, and I was watching him like a hawk. I knew he was going to hit the brakes. It just seems like he just stopped on a dime, and there was no locking up. It's not like this car's got anti-locks, so in theory, just smashing the brakes should be sufficient. Oh, come on, turn in. Thank you. I overdrove it. I'm getting too hungry. He, mercifully for him, and I'm happy to see it anyway, does not appear to have any damage. Otherwise, he would have presumably pitted last lap. Or any damage that affects his steering or his ability to drive the car. I would have felt pretty crappy if he had had a broken car, because that's basically your race right there. But I've also been rear-ended in a similar fashion plenty of times. It often doesn't damage your car all that badly. But now that he's all fine and good, I can be properly irritated that I've taken 4 incident points for a mistake that at the very least was avoidable, and it was my fault. See, he's got draft. I'm jealous. God, I'm going in too deep. feel like I'm a little closer to him. I can't look at the relative right now. I'm not. Seriously? This race is starting to turn out the way I was hoping it wouldn't. It's also possible that I have aerodynamic damage due to driving like a klutz. In fact, I would probably wager a bet that I do have some. It's affecting my top speed. And in a car whose top speed is already affected by its piss-poor engine, that really isn't good.
Got it.
I'm understeering badly because I'm trying to brake as late as possible and stuff. It's all me. It's not the car. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, the rear tires are very hot right now, and they're just getting into it too, man. I want to be up there with them because once they start battling, they'll slow down. Daniel is presumably fighting for the position that he should have had it before I messed him up. He's not having trouble making it stick, but I'm hoping it slows them down enough for me to catch up for drafting.
Where the fuck were you going?
Come on, get me up there. 2.1, there's no draft that far back. I gotta get another second up. Whatever happened to rubber banding? Those were the days. The old business model that people don't want to play a game and then lose it. Those were the days. Okay, we are 5 laps into our 15-lap race, which for the mathematically uninclined means there are 10 laps to go. Taking that corner too tight, which means I'm not carrying as much speed, presumably. I might be being a bit harsh with my accelerator input on those corners. I'm not really sure. It is very hard to know for me as a noob. That felt good. And the time, I'm not gaining on him at all. At a 1:10.4. And that was the last lap I had the big drift, the big panic, so 1:10.4 isn't even all that surprising. What's this lap? 1:88. See? I was actually faster than my qualifying lap, and I don't think I had any draft this lap either. So I'm doing something right at least now. I'm starting to get in the zone and warmed up or whatever. And they're battling hard, and I need to make that. I need to work that to my advantage. I know I go too early there, but it's so hard to get the timing right if I don't. And that is a corner that people will crash on if they try to go too hard. I've done it. I've seen several people in front of me do it. And I ain't trying to be one of those people. Come on, that was too late. That was too late. And now we're back down to a 2-second gap. I gained maybe a 10th on them this lap. Not really. Well, I like to think of myself as somebody who knows his station. This might be my station. No bonus points for overdriving in this corner. I know it seems like I should go outside, but I really don't think you do. I think you want to just stay as tight inside there as you can. Last lap was a 1:09.3. That isn't, that's not bad for me. Because the Miata's a weird car. It's like you want to reduce the amount of distance you drive as much as possible. So if you got to take really weird, shallow lines, it seems like that's faster. Even if it shouldn't be, or seems like it shouldn't be. Look at that, they're all right there. If I could just... If it wasn't for crashing into the back of him, we'd be right up in the thick of it. Now I just get to watch from back here, like some sort of a far chase camera. It's frustrating, honestly. I need them to have an incident. But these guys all seem like they're very good, so I'm not really counting on one. Oh, I overdrove. Can I make it work? Can I make it work? No, there's no saving that. That shit was done. And we are going slow. Yep, I overdrove. Damn. That's embarrassing. God, Daniel is fighting hard to get around Ricardo. Ricardo there. Ricardo is keeping good pace and he's keeping wide though, so I'm hoping that eventually they will slow down because of all the battling. Daniel's really killing me here. I really needed him to make that attack and try to make it stick and slow each other down, but they're not going too wide through corners. Daniel is poking his nose a little bit, but Ricardo seems completely unfazed. And it may just be that this is where I finish. Oh, Daniel appears to have gone wide there. Can I capitalize? Did he go wide, and can I capitalize? He took a wide line. I don't think he went wide. He went wider than I would, which means almost nothing. Okay, he's got dirty tires, but they're the inside tires. That wouldn't be a problem until the corner onto the speedway, but by then they'll be clean, so it doesn't matter. Got a little drifty there. I think I'm making good time through the second sector, but my first and third aren't good enough to catch up. Look at that, they 1-9, 2-0, they just run away. It's infuriating because the primary reason, I think, aside from, they're running great lines, and in my defense, I believe that most of the laps I've run great lines too on that corner, but they've got draft and I don't. And that's why Ricardo isn't catching Marcin, or Marcin, or however you pronounce that particular name. Not a name I'm familiar with. And it's frustrating. Wow, okay, I took some time out of him on that one. A little, like a couple tenths maybe. As we get later into the race, stupid things start to happen. Tires start to get hot, people start to push harder because they see the end coming. My best hope now is that they do something really freaking dumb, but I doubt they will. I think I'm coming in too wide there. I'm not finding the apex. I'm not even close to the apex. The last lap was a 109.6. That's not very good. It wasn't long ago that I thought that was some speed racer shit, but it's amazing how that changes as the week progresses. Yeah, we're losing iRating on this one. That's a bummer, but I'm not going to get discouraged about it. I have a lot of learning to do, and I'm learning a ton. Every time I get in this car, I feel like I'm a little faster. Actually, I think almost objectively, every time I get in this car, I'm a little faster, because it seems like I'm quite frequently putting down fastest overall laps. There we go. Ricardo made a mistake, and Daniel got ahead. I think it's a little too late for me to do anything about it, though. Ricardo is about the same distance away. It's like we're doing like identical lap times. And and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't pretty infuriating, only because I know that when you're even in the lab, during the infield, draft matters quite a bit for this car. So one of the only, I mean, not the only reason, but one of the reasons those guys are able to keep continually doing lap times like mine, at the very least, is because they have draft, and I'm talking and I'm not thinking. Okay, that's a wide line. That's not my usual line, but we'll take it. They're getting draft on all these little straightaways, and it helps the car accelerate. I tell you, I've seen it happen. I did a practice session where I drafted a dude, and was every sector seemed to be 0.2 faster. I mean, that's just racing, honestly. And it's my own screw-up that got me here. Here we go. Here we go. I got the run on this guy. Yeah, you're done, buddy. I'm not letting you in. That's awesome. With only 2 laps to go, I am now up into 9th. Wee, 9th. No, I joke. I can be pretty happy with 9th, and that sounds almost nihilistically dumb, but I can. What do I care? It's a good race so far. I wish I hadn't made the mistake that I made. But considering I've only got one major mistake that I can really identify, how am I supposed to feel? I mean, that's pretty good. 2 laps to go. I'll just take as much of that as I can. That was sloppy. Slow car ahead. The yellow flag is gone. He's right there. They all got slowed down. Will I get draft for the final lap? No, I will not. Unless he's got damage for some reason.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
Come on, Paul, slow down, man. Nope, he ain't gonna slow down. .6 seconds, that might be draftable. It's right on the verge. I usually think about 1 second is like noticeable draft. You might get nominal draft sooner than that, but I think he went in too deep. Maybe. It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? But this is the last lap. If I'm going to do something, I got to do it. 1.2, 1.1, 1.0. He had a slow exit to that corner. He just had an off track. They didn't black flag him for it. I gotta stay real calm. Focus on my lines, not on him. But man, it's hard not to look. Oh shit, I held it too long. Please straighten up, straighten up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, they've black flagged me. That's fine, there's no one behind me. I'm functionally in last place. With people still driving. How am I back in 10th? I thought I was in 9th. I'm gonna have to rewatch a replay. I must have got past somewhere and didn't even realize it. That's wild. Well, alright, that blew. It wasn't very good anyway. Oh, that's not what the button I meant to push. Oh, that's not the button I meant to push. Go all the way to the end. Let's see, when I had my little off, my little whoopsie-daisy, far chase, did I get past during that? Oops. I could have swore at this position, at this point in the race, I was in 9th. I didn't get past, that's why I kept on it. I wanted to make sure to keep enough speed that I could do it. Man. The only 2 guys that I beat were 2 guys that crashed out early in the race. It's disappointing. But anyway, it was still a fun race, and I look forward to doing it again. If you liked it, maybe give me a like. If you didn't like it, do whatever you want to do. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.